Hello from ChiNature.com. This is Mark Josie. Today we'll be talking about how to turn your Tiberius T9.1 into a gun that uses HPA from the rear stock. So you want air to come from here and into the gun. And the benefit is that you can use a tank, whatever size tank. Okay, you can use a 13 cubic inch tank like me here, which is very nice because you got lots of shots inside there, or you can put a bigger tank or a remote hose, whatever you want. Okay, so the benefit of that is, of course, the air is refillable and it's much cheaper to shoot. But a lot of people who buy the CQB version and such without the stuff set up for rear stock air, the problem is you put the thing here, turn it on, and then air will leak from the mag. What to do? So this is what we have to change out today, is the solid CO2 stem. This is the stem that the gun comes with. Look inside the long end right here. Look inside. It's solid, and that's the stem you need. Remember, there's an O-ring here too. Don't forget that. Okay, so you need to change that out right here in order to use the tank. Now, one tip though, before you change, I have a tip here for you guys. If you use the tank and you want to still use CO2, there's one method, which is, okay, there we go. You put the tank here, right? And now it's loading from here. But then it won't work with the thing because, see, the air leaks out from the mag. What you want to do is put a 12 gram CO2 that is used, okay? Like a spent CO2. You put one of those bulbs there. Screw it all the way tight. Okay, screw it all the way tight. And then load your ammo, balls, whatever. Okay, load it in. And now put the mag in. Okay, good. And then your tank is in here, right? Turn it on. Now it's functioning properly. You shoot all your 8 balls or 9 balls. Okay, after you're done shooting, what you want to do is turn the ASA off right away. Okay, turn it off. And then eject the mag, and now you will have a puff of air that came out because of the air inside here. No problem. Now it won't leak because you turned this thing off already. So now load your balls again and put it in like you used to, how you used to. Okay, put it in and then turn it on again, and air will come in again. So this is one trick you can do, but it's very troublesome. Okay, so if you're the one who prefers CO2 more but also want to shoot HPA from time to time, you can use that method and it's going to work. Okay, now let us go on with the project. Okay, so you want to put this tank on permanently and not use CO2 from here. Okay, so one benefit is your magazine will be much lighter without the CO2. And so that's a big advantage. Right now, what you want to do first is unscrew 1, 2, 3 screws. So we'll do that, and with the Allen key that it came with, of course. So we'll unscrew that together, and while we do that, we'll fast forward so that you don't have to be bored. Guys, now we're done unscrewing, and what you want to do right now is to tip the gun over so that you can take the other part, this thing out, the retainer. Okay. Do not mix up the 3 screws. Keep them in order so that you do not lose anything. Now the gun, there's a spring inside. Okay, right here. There's a spring. Let's take that out. Put it in the middle. Okay. Now we have to separate the 2 parts. To do that, you push this pin. You push it out with the Allen key. Okay. Push it out one way, go the other way. Doesn't matter. Okay. Push it out. Now you can disassemble the gun in 2 parts. So basically just go like that, and okay, I would like to put the safety on fire mode first. Okay, and then now we can pull it out. It's very easy. There you go. Okay guys, so we have the 2 parts separated. The first thing we want to do is change this stem right here. This is the part that needs to be changed out. So you have your adjustable wrench. Okay, the reason why I choose adjustable is because, like, you don't need to have a specific size and it will still work. So we're just lightly, you know, unscrew this out, and it's basically nothing but unscrew. remember there's an O-ring in there, do not lose it. Okay, and take your solid stem of the CO2, the solid CO2 stem, take this one, keep this bag, okay, you need to keep the O-ring clean, so you want this bag to store your other CO2 punching stem, okay, so keep that in the bag nice and clean. Okay, for this one, the O-ring here is what seals the that hole. Okay, you might want to put a tiny bit of silicone grease or whatever, but mine looks just fine right now. Okay, and now you want to put it in and screw it back on. Remember, this hole is on an angle, so you don't screw it on straight. Okay, just tiny little detail there. Now take your the wrench, tighten it to a very tiny bit of force, like really, ooh, not that light, okay, just very tiny bit. Do not over tighten, that's what it says. Okay, so it means do not tighten it too much. Just tighten it to the point where your finger goes like that, and try to give it a little bit of force. If it's not going, then it's good. Okay, I'll do it a little bit more, tiny bit more. Whoops, sometimes the trigger is blocking the way. Just, you know, get it out, and tiny bit more, okay, that's good enough. So it doesn't really need to be very tight, remember guys. Okay, and now there goes the hardest part, which is to put the trigger back into position. I mean, back into the gun. So right now we'll kind of, you know, work it out, and basically you need to remember the trigger. There's a spring here. You need to put a finger to clamp the spring together so that both part will go into the gun easily like that. Okay, you look inside and see if you can see the spring. If you don't see it, it means that you didn't do it right. Okay guys, we did it. And so right now, the first thing you do after putting it back is the pin. Okay, do not forget this pin. There's one end with a little stud there. Okay, that goes to the end and not the front. Okay, push it in, and now you secured your trigger in place first. Very important. Okay, if you don't do this first, you're gonna have things bouncing all over the place. Now take your spring, flip the gun over, take your spring, open up the slide, and the gun, put it back into position like that. There's one place only that you can put it. Snap the slide back, and now you want to put this thing in position. Okay. And then your retainer and the screws. Only one way will fit. Okay, very good. And now it's all about tightening back the screws and shit. Okay, so basically take your Allen key, screw in the middle one first. This one is the trickiest one sometimes. Okay, just tighten it, and basically all it is just screw things back and you're good to go. So right now the gun will not feed air from this spot but the rear side. Okay, basically the hardest part again is just to make your trigger go in place the best, and that's the trickiest part. But basically if you do it like a few times, you get used to it and it won't be so bad. Okay, so basically that's it. Now you can load a magazine without CO2 in there, just like that. Okay, you don't need the CO2 anymore. Push it in and you can just load air from here. So all you do is screw in the tank and then turn the ASA this way. Okay, turn this knob this way, and air will go click and goes inside. When you're done shooting, you go the other way to close this block. Okay, so air will not keep pushing in. But then you also have one shot here. So shoot one empty shot and you have no more air inside the gun and your gun is degassed. So basically that's how you do it, and how you get your T9.1 to feed from the rear side. And remember, guys, consider my tips that you can use the CO2 stem to also use the air from this side as well, when you just shut it off and then eject the mag, load, and then turn it on again. That also works. Okay, so it depends on you, really. Like, it depends if you really want to do that, but it's one of the options. Okay, if you're just shooting at home for fun, that is one option that allows you to shoot without changing anything inside. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.